Hello, welcome back to the channel. Last video I went through how you can customize Google Maps in order to show on the maps the different formats of the map, how you can control enabling and disabling some of the controls that Google Maps gives you. And I stopped right before going into how you could actually use the user location inside your usage of Google Maps, and that's what I'm gonna do in today's video. So welcome and let's get into it. So I left our last video saying that enabling is my location enable inside the map properties will cause your app to crash, but it didn't show you the actual log cut of the crashing of the application. So that's what I'm going to do right now. So I just launched the application, and now if I open the log cut here, you will see that as soon as the app is launched, it will crash. And the crash, it's pretty easy. Security exception, my location requires permission, access find location or access course location. So what we want to do is to go inside the manifest and add them. So if you add the user's permission to the manifest, this should be enough because you request the permission, right? Well, unfortunately, no, because even if you add those two permissions in the manifest, since Android has moved to runtime permissions, those two permissions are not yet granted from the user to your application. So even if you declare the permission in your manifest, you still need to ask for the permission at launch time when the application is actually running. So to do so, I'm gonna use this Jetpack Compose permission library, which is really easy, although it requires the experimental permission API annotation because it's still in alpha. So in order to use this library, we need to add this bit of this accompanies permission to our app, and that's what we're gonna do here. So we added the 0.33.2 alpha version. We're gonna sync our project, and then I'll show you how you can actually request the permission at lunchtime. So it's still syncing, but while it's syncing, I can go here and show you how you can do. So the crash itself say that we need either find or course location, but for this tutorial I'm gonna ask for both of them. So the location permissions will be remember permissions, multiple permission state, which accept a list of permission. So that's what we are going to provide inside of here, list of. And what we're gonna do is just copy those two permission from here inside of here. So we're going to ask for both of them. As on the library page, this requires the experimental permission API annotation. So now we have these location permissions, which is multiple permission state. So we can say that is my location enable is based on the location permissions, all permissions granted, which is a boolean. We will see that this all permission granted, it's false until the user allows all of the permission that we provide inside of our list here, which for now is just two permission. And keep in mind that course location is granted as soon as the user accepts the find location. So the prompt that will be shown is basically the user can decide whether to allow find or course location. So we still have my location button enable set to true. So this should work. Now you will see that the app, it's not crashing anymore if I run it again, because now all permission granted is false unless the user actually grants the permissions. So there are multiple ways to ask the permission. The quickest and the way that I'm gonna show you in today's video is to basically launch the permission request as soon as the screen is shown to the user. There are different ways to do so. I'm gonna use just a launched effect where we're gonna request the permission before showing the Google Maps underneath the screen. And if the user grants the permission, then you will see that the is my location enabled will work, and that will trigger that my location button enabled will be on screen as well. So the app is now launching. You can see that the app now launches without crashing, but there is no my location button anywhere else. So what we want to do, as I said before, is requesting the permission. I'm gonna use launched effect, which as key we're gonna use the location permissions, which will work, and in the block we're gonna go with location permission launch multiple permission request. Now I'm gonna show you that even without asking for the permission, if the permission are granted already from the user, that's not what I wanted to do. The emulator is not running as it should, but if I go inside the app info, inside the settings, and enable and grant the permissions manually, you will see that the button is there already. Now if we go inside the permissions and grant allow only when using the app and use precise location. Now if we go back to our home and relaunch our app, we will see that the my position button is shown on the map because we gave the permission, and this is our location right now. And if we tap on that, it will center it. Now I will revoke the permission. So now the permission are revoked. If I relaunch the app, we will see that this dialog will appear because we are requesting the permission at lunchtime to the user. And there we go. The app is now running. And as you can see, the dialog is shown. If we allow the precise location while using the app, we will see that the button will be shown. And if we tap on it, it will again center the user to its position. So this is how you request and grant the permissions from the user to the Google Map. And you could technically customize what this button does because Google Maps accept that my location button click, which can be customized, and you need to return a boolean, and it's always the handling button boolean. So if you handle it and you don't want to propagate it back to the super function, so you have to return false, whereas if you want to, you have to return true, whereas if you want to stop the propagation, you have to return false. But this is another thing, because if we override it, the behavior will change. So you might have seen that this is not the way that Google Maps itself do it, because if I'm able to do so, let's stop the app for now. So maybe the emulator will be a little bit quicker. Now, if I Come on, go home. Perfect. Sorry. So if I open the maps, we will see that it's different. So this is the location. Now maps had already have my permission, so I would need to, let's see if I'm able to app info. I'm gonna revoke the permission to Google Maps just to show you how Google Maps do request the permission, because it doesn't do as soon as the app is launched. So if we go into permission and go with ask every time, or actually don't allow, might be better. We close this and everything, and then we reopen maps. You will see that the location is not used and the button changed. So if we tap on it, it will ask when we tap the button if we want to grant the location, and if we allow it, it will then start to gather the information, and on top of it, on the tapping of it, it will center the map, which is different from what this implementation that I did in the code did. And back at me. Thanks for watching the video. I really appreciate you watching this video. If you like, click the thumbs up and consider subscribing if you want more content like this. And again, if you want me to go through how to implement a Google Maps similar approach inside your usage of Google Maps, please let me know down in the comment, and I might consider doing it as well in the future. Thanks again for watching. See you in the next one.